Hi. I thought I'd talk to you today not about concepts that are part of who you are or concepts that help you deal with the world around you, and talk about more current social climates and things that are in the public eye at this time. Most notably, I want to discuss the idea of Prism and the NSA and their monitoring of us. And conversely, or inversely, some direction that goes in a way. I also want to talk about the Xbox One and the Kinect, because I know that's also an issue that's going somewhat hand in hand with discussions about the NSA and Prism. Now, the thing is that everyone is getting their balls in a twist over is, oh, the NSA is watching us. They're using Prism to watch us. It's all monitoring and shit like that. Now, the thing that a lot of people aren't considering about Prism and the NSA and stuff like that, everyone who's getting their balls in an uproar about this are the people that literally have nothing to hide. They've got absolutely nothing interesting to their character whatsoever. They are as milquetoast as you could possibly get. The people that actually have shit to hide don't care because they're busy doing the stuff that they have to hide because they're too busy hiding it. Now, I posit to you that the only real victims involved in the NSA monitoring stuff, especially my stuff, is the poor bastard that has to go through my goddamn internet history. Let me tell you something right now. A long time ago, I grew out of conventional porn. And by grew out of, I mean it bores me. I need so many levels of weird right now just to get off that the son of a bitch who has to sit there and click through every single one of my sites is going to be fucked up and scarred for life. You want to talk about victims? That bastard that has to look at my queries on UJizz or Pornhub or XHamster or RedTube or some of the lesser affiliates like HamsterTube and RedJizz. That bastard is the one who really suffers as a result of this. Yeah, he's getting a pretty good salary, but he is also getting paid to be fucked up. So you want to know something? If you really are against the NSA monitoring us, if you're really having a problem with people monitoring and watching what you're doing, go and do a bunch of objectionable shit. I'm not saying be a terrorist. Lord knows I have no conviction whatsoever, so I am very low on the roster of recruitment for terrorism. I am so lazy, I can't even be a fucking atheist, which is committed to the idea of being committed to nothing. I have no ambition as far as religion is concerned. But I have a lot of ambition as far as touching myself is concerned. I wake up and I try to think about all the different places I can find myself touching myself. Because that is what's important to me. That is why there are going to be poor bastards in clip-on ties and short-sleeve button-up shirts sitting in small, dark rooms being horrified at the stuff I've had to look at. Well, chose to look at, but to be fair, when you go on Yahoo and you type in your search and you go to video, it's a tiled view, so sometimes you end up clicking on a lot of different things just because you want to see what it's like. They don't always have a preview that plays when you hover over the icon. Check it out. I'm not saying look up porn. For instance, type in Despicable Me trailers and then go to videos under Yahoo. Tile view, hold your cursor over it, it brings up a preview. With porn, you don't always get previews, so sometimes you have to click on some questionable links, and a lot of times you see some stuff that, well, let's be honest, you can't unsee. I will be honest with that. Some of the porn that I have seen does that. Some of the porn that I've seen, it's impressive. It's impressive. Some of the porn that I've seen really has made me go, God, I'm broken as a person. What is wrong with me that I have to look at the... Oh! Look, there's a video of midgets. I gotta watch that. So, in regards to Prism and the NSA and monitoring what you're doing, those of you who are upset, you don't have anything to worry about because you're not doing shit. You're just busy getting pissed off about stuff that really, honestly, is not going to apply to you. Because let's face it, if you're just another son of a bitch that's not doing anything, the government's not going to have a fucking reason to give a shit. What's more, even without this, if they want to know what you had for dinner last night, they have 1,000 ways they can do that. There are satellites that can literally see your body heat through your house. So this is just very low on that fucking totem pole. Alright? You should be glad that your internet searches are the only things they're paying attention to. You should be fucking ecstatic. Because the only thing worse than the stuff that I look at online is the video of me looking at the stuff online. Because I can tell you right now, that is not a picture I ever want to see. That is why I do my best to make sure I can't see my reflection in my computer screen. If I saw that, I would immediately being turned off for at least 3 minutes. I'm only human. Now what's more, there are people that are getting their nuts in a twist over the Xbox One and its use of the Kinect. It's always on. It's watching you. Consider that for a moment. What exactly are you doing in front of your Xbox One? You're sitting there playing games. You plotting a lot of attacks lately? Or, given the fact that it's a video game console, and you are a person who is getting it, you are probably going to be doing what you have been doing in front of video game consoles for the longest of time. Touching yourself and being ineffective as a person. That is what you're going to be doing. Or, in the case of people who play online games, screaming at the top of your lungs about whatever unfair hacksaws bullshit you are dealing with in the game. Oh, noobs! NoobTube! Let me just clarify this right now. Pity the person who has to sit there and watch that feed if they are watching that feed. Because you want to know what? There are plenty of guys like me that sit in front of their Xbox or PlayStation 4 or Wii U, pants off, legs akimbo, junk, just enjoying the breeze, playing the video game. It is going to be a nightmare for the bastards that have to sit there and watch you scream about your kill-to-death ratio in Call of Duty while your balls flop about covered in Cheeto dust. That is the only thing you have to worry about when it comes to this. The NSA, Prism, Microsoft, you are all so unbelievably inconsequential to them that it's not even funny. Abandon the goddamn conspiracy theory crap. Just abandon it. Alright? My God, you don't have the conviction to go and get a goddamn master's degree. Where the fuck do you find the conviction to assume that everything is a goddamn conspiracy and people are out to fucking get you? Why is it the most inconsequential people on the planet entertain the wildest, craziest ideas? Why is that? And why is it the people that have all the money and all the power could not fucking care? One goddamn lick. They're the ones with shit to hide because they're the ones getting money from selling children into midget fight rings as underdogs. They're the people that have got shit to lose and they don't care. You have got nothing to lose because you dumped whatever money you had into buying a $500 media center. You didn't dump your money into getting a better education. You didn't dump your money into learning another language. The extent of your learning another language is in identifying what characters on what website correspond to what type of pornography or hentai for those guys who are into it. So let's call it like it is, okay? Let's call it as we should, realistically. Largely, we are tremendously inconsequential in the grand scheme of the internet. You could go to the beach and examine every grain of sand for what's different amongst them. Or, you could go to the beach and just look for the big pieces of broken glass that are jutting out of the sand. Sometimes you gotta dig through a few grains to find that broken piece of glass, but for the most part, the analogy is sound. You are the sand. The big bastards that have got shit to hide are the pieces of broken glass. Okay? Is our government acting in our best interests all the time? Fuck no! Of course not! Let's not be naive. There is not one instance in which I ever have 100% faith in the government. As far as I'm concerned, a politician is just a criminal that hasn't been caught yet. Okay? There is no Obama is wrong. There's no Bush is wrong. They're all fucked up. Some of them aren't as stupid as others. Some are certainly more entertaining. Strategery. Internets. Like, do you remember when Bush first came out as president? It was the funniest fucking thing in the world. You would go and run your TV set. Oh, look at him. Look at that clown say things he doesn't understand. It was awesome. It was fantastic. Now we have a president who can form complete sentences and for the most part is debonair and charismatic. Is he got his finger in multiple pies, some of which are probably pretty terrible? More than likely. I would say his fist is probably pretty sticky. Lord knows mine is, for different reasons. But when it comes down to it, just fucking drop it. For Christ's sake. If you want to get excited about something, get excited about maybe dropping that second chin, maybe shaving off that terrible Scooby-Doo mustache, getting a haircut, ill-informed goatees and really bad, poorly conditioned ponytails don't exactly hit it well with the ladies, so to speak. But when it comes to talking about ladies, I don't think I should be the authority, because unless she has a foxtail, a cadre of multicolored midgets, and maybe some sort of domino mask and a bowl of grapes, I'm usually not as interested as I should be. But I'm broken. I'm broken, but I'm also goddamn realistic. So, to summarize, Prism, NSA, government, Microsoft, Xbox One, all unbelievably inconsequential, especially in the scheme of your small existence. The guys that have to sit there and sift through your searches for furry pornography, to sift through your searches for a very specific type of Pokemon porn, to sift through your searches about why Samsung's new phone only gets 2 cores in the United States, but everywhere else it gets 4. Pity that guy. Pity that bastard who's sitting there, wringing his tie, running his hands across his face, staring out through split fingers, wondering where his life is fucking gone, because he went from going and studying stuff and being a Cullamy graduate and maybe attending some secret paramilitary school to being a bastard sitting in front of a computer watching your ass do stupid shit. That's what it comes down to. You do stupid shit that poses little consequence to anything except maybe your credit score. And if someone who is going to have no interest in it is not going to report it to anyone, and the only effect is that there's going to be a bastard who's going to know you're fucked up, who goddamn cares? I'm going on here and openly admitting that I look at some of the most frightening pornography you could possibly imagine. Now, there is definitely worse, and I only stray into certain categories. I'm only interested in chicks. Chicks of all sizes, not all weights, because, well, let's face it, I'm not necessarily attracted to obese women, depending on the skin color in the video. But as it stands, you are inconsequential. I am unbelievably inconsequential. What they're doing is wrong, yeah. But does it actually do anything to you? I can absolutely guarantee you that there is multiple institutions that have all of your information on record. If you have a bank account or if you have a job, someone knows something about you that you probably don't tell other people. Someone knows something about you that you probably don't put on your OkCupid profile. So, the long and short of it is, get over it,